Every day there's more and more news about the MCU's march towards death. But there's one bright spot we can talk about. One that goes faster, higher, better than you, and she knows it.
The following is a World-Class Bullshitters exclusive.
If Helen of Troy was the face that launched 1,000 ships, Brie Larson is the chick who launched 1,000 YouTube channels. Since 2019, people have been fascinated with the tale of the soft cheese who could be a real diva. It all started with a speech about how bad white dudes are and how their opinions are irrelevant. This started a string of events and YouTube videos that changed the superhero landscape. It was wrought with drama, betrayal, lies, deceit, and that was all on the part of Disney to convince us that this movie was necessary for Avengers Endgame. Captain Marvel came and went right out of the film, thanks to Thanos, and the character hasn't been featured in her own movie or show in 4 years. Fans were hoping that Marvel would take a hint and leave Captain Marvel alone forever. There was hope. Initially, a film titled Captain Marvel 2 was changed to The Marvels to feature more characters and make it an ensemble piece. Then, the film was pushed from July of this year to November of this year. Fans were secretly hoping the film would be moved to never, the preferred date. Her comics, merchandise, and everything associated with the character do not sell. Carol Danvers is an unlikable, mean-spirited pilot. Those are her character traits. And apparently, it's carrying over to the real world. The Marvels, the sequel to Captain Marvel starring Brie Larson, was first slated for release on July 28th. Then it was pushed back to November 10th. Initially, it was reported that the MCU movie needed more time for the post-production work to be completed. However, new reports suggest that the reason for the delay might be something more than this, and that it has to do with Brie Larson. Read on to know more. Oh, I will, article. I will. As per a report by comicbookmovie.com, Jeff Snyder revealed on a recent episode of The Hot Mic that Brie Larson has been a nightmare to work with. He also revealed that Larson has clashed with her co-star Teyonah Parris, as per the media portal. Snyder also suggested that there was some diva-like behavior from Larson behind the scenes. The rumor mills have added that Brie Larson is apparently not pleased with the upcoming MCU movie because it's titled The Marvels instead of Captain Marvel 2. This is because the actress seemingly believes that the franchise was first started around her playing the lead role in the project, even before a writer or a director was taken on board. So this seems pretty on brand for Brie. Her YouTube channel failed to set the world on fire, and she's considered one of the most unlikable celebrities in Hollywood. That's all because of her actions. Fans didn't pick on Larson. Larson picked on the fans. From her disingenuous tribute to Stan Lee to her weird interviews where experts analyzed that her cast hated her based on their body language, it was a mess that didn't go away. After the film Captain Marvel came out, fans were still clamoring for her to be taken out of Avengers Endgame. A rumor popped up that there was a cut of Avengers that featured little to no Larson, and when the film came out, it was like she was barely there at all. We're years removed from all of this, and it still seems like Larson is the diva we all know her to be. Or is she? In what seems like a coincidence, a claim rebuffing all of Larson's issues has arisen. Let's check it out. Recently, some damning claims about the Marvel star Brie Larson began doing the rounds online, with the sequel dismissed as a mess. Now, one trusted insider has countered that with what they've heard. A few days ago, former The Wrap reporter Jeff Snyder claimed the Marvel star Brie Larson was a nightmare on the sequel set. He alleged that she clashed with her co-stars due to the fact Captain Marvel is sharing the spotlight, and even accused the Oscar winner of diva-like behavior. We've since heard from our own sources that the entire story is nonsense. Instead of the Captain Marvel sequel being a mess, it says the recent release delay is down to the additional time needed for post-production. And if Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania proved anything, it's that Marvel Studios needs to start taking time with VFX. Just like comicbookmovie.com needs to take time with revising their articles, because it took me 5 takes to get through one part because the words are wrong. It actually says, it said the recent release date delay us down to the additional time needed for post-production. That's not an actual sentence that makes sense. Why should I believe your source if your website can't even get English right? Let's continue. Snyder has had more than his fair share of correct scoops in the past, as has KC Walsh, someone who has now countered his comments with some of their own. Apparently, they've heard only good things about the Marvels. Convenient. Adding, the movie has gotten more positive praise from tests than any other MCU film this year. Sexist YouTubers use Larson as a way to garner favor with sexist and racist, and Jeff Snyder is no different. Now, the article wants to let these two guys fight it out, but we know what comicbookmovie.com is all about. They're about Brie Larson. They're pro-Marvel, they're pro-Disney, they're pro-everything. If you look at their list of exclusives, they're all sycophantic, shilly, clickbait bullshit, and they need a little bit of access to get people to go to their website. So if they go against that, they're going to lose their access. They sell these unlicensed shirts with licensed characters on them, and they're afraid they're going to lose their t-shirt money if they don't kiss ass. It's very convenient, but I'm glad that comicbookmovie.com puts all of their information at the bottom of their website so we can see where their allegiances truly lie. This reads like two kids fighting over the dumbest thing possible. Of course someone is going to refute the original claims. They have to. But there's too much precedent for Larson's actions, and Marvel's attitude on rumors and leaks is changing. Ant-Man recently had its script leaked, and it's quite serious this time. Disney's Marvel is trying to track down the identity of the person or people who allegedly released a 63-page transcript of dialogue from Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania online 1 month before the film's theatrical premiere. A request filed Friday, March 10th, on behalf of Marvel in Federal District Court in California asked the court to issue a subpoena to compel Reddit to identify a person or group responsible for sharing dialogue from Quantumania to the Marvel Studios spoiler subreddit on or about January 20th, 2023. Marvel requested all identifying information for the user, as well as any other users responsible for posting, editing, and/or maintaining the content. That was available on the subreddit, but is no longer. Asked for a comment, the Reddit spokesperson declined to say if the company intended to comply with the information request by Marvel. Reddit is committed to protecting our users' privacy. We have a rigorous process in place to assess legal requests and object when appropriate, the rep said. Marvel also filed a DMCA subpoena requesting similar info from Google after someone allegedly shared the document to Google Docs. Reps for Marvel and Google did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Marvel had previously issued DMCA takedown requests to Reddit and Google seeking to remove copyright infringing material. The dialogue from the movie had been leaked online and was edited and/or displayed in a Portuguese web interface, per piracy news site Torrent Freak, which previously reported on the Marvel legal filings. The report also cited evidence of the likelihood that the text was intended for use in subtitles. So with this out there, we know Marvel Studios is in a state of disarray. They're scrambling to figure out who is leaking what to where, and now people are trying to protect them. We call these people shills. They're out to shill hard to get the exclusive access, but they aren't fooling anyone this time. It's obvious who is bought and paid for, and it's obvious who makes shit up. It's not for me to decide, it's for you to decide. And now, I want to know what you think about all of this. So 3 questions for today. 1, do you believe the rumor that Captain Marvel is a diva on set and all the movie is doom and gloom? 2, do you believe the rumor that all is well and everything's great with the film and people are actually excited? Or 3, do you believe that there's a little bit of reaching everywhere for Captain Marvel 2? All we can say at WCBS is this: Marvel's not doing too hot. Every element, every aspect of their studio is falling apart. And the biggest parts, like Spider-Man, they don't own them. They just get to borrow them. So, folks, I want to know what you think. Tell me down in the comments below. And make sure you guys check out our content all the time. Subscribe to the channel. Join the membership program to get access to the X-Men The Animated Series interview, as well as a whole lot more. And if you want more, if you want a physical product, click one of the links in the description below and pick up one of our books. You can get Tits and Art, which is a beautiful 11x17 full-color book with women drawn by me. Or you can get Stealing Solo, or Wokebusters. Follow the links in the description below, and we're going to have some new ways to get Stealing Solo this month. So folks, be on the lookout for that over on Kickstarter. But in the meantime, be smart, be safe, be cool, but always be excellent to each other. Attention all wrestling fans, get ready for the ultimate fan experience at the WCBS WrestleMania Fan Meetup in Los Angeles, California from March 30th through April 2nd. This event will bring together the biggest event in wrestling and your favorite podcast, as well as diehard fans from all over the world. This is the perfect opportunity for fans to connect and celebrate their love of the sport as well as their love of us. So mark your calendars, grab your tickets, and get ready to suck it and join us live. Don't miss out on the ultimate fan experience of the WCBS WrestleMania Fan Meetup weekend in LA. And if you're not a wrestling fan, there will be other YouTube creator events, including a trip to the brand new Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios. So listen to World Class Bullshitters Live for more updates, and for more information, email worldclassbs@mail.com. Thebestmail.com, jabroni. Thanks for watching today's video. Yes, it's over, but don't cry because there's more, a lot more from World Class Bullshitters. And there's only one way to get it. Hit that subscribe button below. When you do that, you'll get notifications and updates from World Class Bullshitters every time we go live. Basically, you won't miss anything. And if there's one thing I hate, it's FOMO. But the thing most people hate more than FOMO is fear of missing out on World Class Bullshitters, because there's just some things you can't undo. So folks, do yourselves a favor and never miss anything from World Class Bullshitters. One last thing before you go, hit the thumbs up button. Not for our egos, no, they're big enough as this, but it does help us fight the algorithm here, and well, it's man versus machine, and that's the real fight. But if that's not your battle, that's okay. There's one last way you can help WCBS, and that's going over to shopwcbs.com, picking up a t-shirt, a beer glass, a sweatshirt, a poster, all sorts of ways to back WCBS. The difference between us and other YouTube channels is I'm the artist that makes all this stuff, so if you enjoy art, beyond t-shirts, you can even read our comic books. We got it all. We're called the epitome of pop culture for a reason, and no, again, it's not for our egos. So folks, make sure you're involved with every aspect of World Class Bullshitters, not just for us, but do it for yourself. We're making the change in entertainment everybody out there wants to see. And a special thank you goes out to all of our wonderful patrons who make this content possible. Go to patreon.com/worldclassbs to get involved and help out the channel.